What up with it, Q-Han at you, and today we're checking out some 2K26 gameplay. Let's get straight into it, man. Let's see what they're talking about. Alright, here we go. Gameplay, let's get into it.
What's up, y'all? Tyrese Halliburton here with NBA 2K gameplay director
Tyrese.
Mike Wang to break down this.
This is the biggest change to player movement since NBA 2K21, offering a fresh and authentic feeling.
Didn't they just say this last year?
And that's the same year I made it to the league.
Hold on.
It's wild.
Am I tripping? Or didn't they say that last year? The motion, the planning, and the cutting is going to be revolutionary. They didn't just say that last year? Let me know.
To see how gameplay's evolved the last couple of years.
Oh, Lord.
Players who take advantage of the rhythm shooting mechanic will notice more responsive and authentic jump shots that simulate a true shooting motion. We really wanted to emphasize creating a skill-based environment in 2K26 that blends authenticity with competition for a more rewarding experience. This renewed focus will be felt across multiple gameplay features, from shot outcomes to successful blocks and steals and loose balls and rebounds.
As a shooter, that sounds awesome. But what about potential changes to moves in the post?
Whoa. I'm gonna have to read to get some more details on that. I heard a little something about it, but I ain't really heard nothing. You know, I saw a few people going crazy with rhythm shooting this year, but I wasn't the biggest fan of it, or at least how it felt, how it operated to me personally. But if there's going to be a distinguishable difference this year, or even more so, then I may commit to it. But they gotta show and prove. I gotta see what's going on.
Big men in NBA 2K26 will now be able to leverage all new signature go-to post shots by holding up on the shot stick while in the post. Players can lean into a host of new moves, including shimmy floaters, baby hooks, and up and unders. Playing with your back to the basket is a lost art, but those who are able to master it can take advantage in the paint.
Hold on. How you gonna master it if all you gotta do is hold up on the control stick? Like, what's the mastery of that? You just hold up, you get some move, and then you just time it. I don't know how much mastery it's gonna take to do that. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like you doing like some kind of combo with the right stick in order to make that happen. It's just holding up to do the custom, go-to shot. And for sure, there are gonna be some players that have some like unstoppable go-to shots in the post, so I'm gonna keep an eye out on that. That could get wicked fast.
In previous versions of NBA 2K, layups were limited by a single signature layup package, but this year players can draw inspiration from around the league to mix and match standard layups, floaters, quick scoops, euro steps, hop steps, and spins, and determine exactly how they want to finish around the rim.
Okay.
2K26 uses system-driven technology to generate player-to-player collisions that are more reliable compared to previously scripted motion-captured animations. Coupled with new dynamic motion, this change improves the freedom of authentic movement for both the dribbler and on-ball defender. Interior defense has also been redesigned so that it's easier to put a body on shooters when they're finishing around the rim and make body-to-body contact in the air. And bigs will feel increased physicality when roaming in the paint.
That sounds great. That sounds amazing. That sounds incredible. Like, I do not want to get stuck in these canned animations because somebody else did a move. I want my reaction to determine how my player moves on defense, not something they did. You know what I'm saying? Maybe in a little combination, if they do the right move and I bite in the wrong direction and my players slip or fall, whatever, that's cool. I ain't mad at that, but please get rid of the canned animations. Once again, I'm gonna have to see it to believe it now. I'm gonna call cap right now, but if we can truly, really freely move, I'm all for it.
Last but not least, we've added some new offensive controls to give players a more intuitive, deliberate, and free-flowing experience. Ball handlers can now shield themselves from steals by reacting with the Quick Protect mechanic. The introduction of Quick Protect will bring more balance and lead to more skill-based outcomes. You can even use it to put defenders in jail, just like Luka and other strong guards love to do. For spot-up shooters, you can use the new Quick Shot feature by holding the left trigger.
Hold on, we ain't just gonna run by that. I like that. I like the idea of that. So does that mean when we going up the court, fast break or whatever, people can't hit us with the stupid bump steal where they can basically run in the same direction, the little butt steals, rather, where they bump their booty, swipe, and then they just take it from you just by exploiting a mechanic in the game? That'll be beautiful if you can use quick protect to, you know what I'm saying, get out of that. So that way people can't get those stupid butt steals no more. Sounds great in theory. Once again, gotta see it to believe it.
Shoot shots. This will skip the dip and allow you to get your shots off super quick like Klay Thompson. Slashers now have access to slow motion Euro step gathers, something we've been seeing a lot of in the league lately from players like yourself and Ant. This will help you navigate through the paint and around defenders by decelerating to throw defenders off and create space with a slow
That can be
finish.
tough.
And finally, another highly requested feature is the ability to force rat passes, which will allow you to feed the corner three or thread the needle to a cutting teammate and avoid defenders playing the passing lanes.
As a big-time 2K fan, I can't wait to get my hands on 2K26 and experience these all-new features for myself.
Gameplay in NBA 2K26 has taken a giant leap forward.
You want to rush your shot. If you rush the timing, but you still green the tempo, you can still make the shot. So to me, it's really just about how you shoot in real life. The dev team is giving us more control as a shooter than you would have simply by pressing the button. So I got to mess around a little bit with this earlier last week, and I'm still getting the hang of it, but I can't wait to try it out some more. Instead,
hold on. So does that mean tempo above all? So you can rush your shot, you can shoot it slow, you can shoot it normal, but as long as your tempo good, you good. Does that mean as long as your tempo good, it's dropping? That I don't know. That could get wicked. That could get real wicked.
I think you're gonna like it too.
Yeah, man. I think that's one of those things that I'm gonna have to get my hands on.
Unless I'm misinterpreting.
Actually see exactly how it works. So I'm excited. To
sound
see
like
what
some
that's
potential
about.
cheese right there, though. I don't know.
Most multiplayer modes are gonna have green or miss shot timing, and then layup timing.
Which ones are not? Which modes are not gonna have that? That's what I need to know. Which modes are not gonna have that?
Is permanently enabled so that people aren't making real player percentage layups on your head anymore. You can set different players' animations for different types of layups.
I do like that though.
Normal
I do
layups,
like
reverse
that.
Layups. Well, this year in 2K26, there is new tech that actually generates those collisions. So you're going to notice as a dribbler or even like an on-ball defender, you are going to notice more freedom of movement rather than kind of being stuck in a scripted mo-tapped animation. So that's one benefit.
If that's true, thank you, God, for that change. If it's true.
And this green flash is really there to kind of help educate you and help you learn and adjust to when you have to jump. And last thing there, just a note, not all bigs are created equal. So if a player has higher defensive or
so that don't sound like it's really a new feature. It sounds like something that's been in the game, but now they're just letting you know what's going on with that.
There is an important note here that I think many of you will be very happy to hear, that the overall game speed in 2K26 has been sped up compared to 2K25.
Interesting. So y'all let me know down in the comment section below. Me personally, I didn't mind the game speed this year. It felt all right to me. You know what I'm saying? But I know some of y'all like it, real twitchy, real fast and all that. I don't necessarily mind that. I don't want it to be crazy slow, but yeah, I felt fine with the speed this year. Let me know what y'all think. What percentage would you put on it that you would like it to be faster versus this year? If you can even quantify that. Or are you like me and were you fine with the gameplay speed this year?
And it's funny that, when I first learned about this feature, I remember this like old Klay Thompson video that I watched before where he kind of explains exactly this. And he talked about how he mastered being able to catch and shoot in rhythm without dipping. And it's part of why he's such a good shooter. So this new feature is going to help you do exactly that in 2K, like Klay Thompson and anybody else who does that in the real life NBA.
Yeah,
all right, so that sounds good. From one perspective, I'm thinking about, especially like on 2K25 towards the end of the year when you got this year it ain't quite as bad, but when you got GOAT Wemby's running around, GOAT Yao Mings, all these huge players, to the point where shorter players, they become pretty much irrelevant, at least in my team, towards the end of the year, because it's like, the big players can recover so fast that like you lose most of the advantage or any advantage that you had at all from being, a shorter player. So it can help from that perspective where now people want to, try to run Wemby, Yao, and Kareem or some shit. Now it give you a chance to, you could try to play that middle run back, whatever. But if you cheat too much, that no dip catch and shoot, hand down, man down. You feel me? So I do like the idea of that. But at the same time, I wonder, is it going to be harder to time the no dip catch and shoots or something like that? There's got to be a trade-off, because if they can, if you can get that off consistently in Blaze where they got to stick to you in the corner, I don't know. I think I'm leaning towards mostly good. Because I'm thinking, man, that might be a little OP, where it's like, if you ain't glued to that person and they catch it like that and shoot, it's a wrap. You're going to stick so close, now they could backdoor you real fast, you know what I'm saying? Get an easy drive to the basket. But then again, that could be, a nice little skill gap where it's like, hey, you got to play me with precision, my boy. You got to focus 100% on where I'm at, because that no dip catch and shoot can get wicked. Also, in pick and rolls, if you could do that, now you got to really, you force people to make decisions really fast. But a lot of people can't guard pick and roll right now anyway, so that can make it super duper wicked if you can, get it off even faster. I'm curious to see if I'm going to get annoyed by it, or am I going to be, very pleased by it, because then I'm going to be wrecking people who ain't got as much skill, you know what I mean? So I don't know. I'm 50-50. I think I ain't going to say 50-50. I'm like 70-30. I think I'm going to like this, but we shall see.
So the dev team has added these slow motion Euro steps, and this is another left trigger control. So picture your controller again. As you're doing a Euro step, if you hold down the left trigger, you can slow down mid-move, kind of do like a slow motion drag step. And if your defender kind of isn't expecting it and jumps based on what your normal layup speed or Euro step speed would be, they're going to fly right by you. So
I ain't going to lie. I think I like that. I was thinking maybe it could get a little cheesy with people freaking that, but hearing how you could do it full speed and just go up, or you could tap L2 or hold L2 in the middle of it and slow it down. I wonder if you can initiate the Euro step, hit L2 to slow it down, let go, and then speed it up. You know what I'm saying? In other words, can you take that first step slow and then take that second step at a regular pace? That's going to be interesting to see how that works, because if you could do it like that, oh yeah, you can get freaky with it. And as a defender, to counter that, all you got to do is just be patient and see when they really going up, you know what I'm saying? Versus just, oh, they in they layup animation, let me go ahead and just smash triangle, you know what I mean? So yeah, I think I rock with it. Hopefully they execute this well, but I like the idea of this as well.
Time for those of you in the chat who kind of heard
I wonder if the timing is going to be the same, or they're going to slow it down and give you a little bit more time to hit the proper button.
If they're not good enough to get the button pressed in time, man, I don't know what to tell them, man. That
sounds like it's going to be the same timing.
We also have settings,
which I'm fine with.
You can nudge the left stick, left or right, to kind of rotate your player 45 degrees a little bit in whichever direction you nudge the stick, right, left or right. Or you can flick the left stick in the opposite direction of what you're facing, and your players kind of do like a 180 degree turn, like a spin. And that means that if you're a smart big who starts learning these and can really pin defenders, you're going to get your ball handlers open better. So this is an advanced control for being added for like big men who want to be at the next level and be a better screener for their teammates.
I don't know if that's a cheese alert or not.
Well, Let's see. It for the new controls. A lot of new things to learn.
I do like the options.
You know what I'm saying? Especially with the faster game speed.
There is also new help defense intelligence. And that is about making AI smarter about when they collapse in to help and protect the paint on those drives.
All right, and that's pretty much most of the main things from the 2K26 gameplay reveal today. Of course, in the blog, they probably have some more details in there. But for right now, this is good enough for me to check out, you know what I'm saying? It looks like it's going to be very interesting. What they said conceptually, I like the ideas, but most of us like the ideas that they bring forward because they make it sound real good, but it's all about the execution. Y'all let me know what y'all looking forward to the most from this reveal. Me personally, the free motion, that's what I'm looking forward to on offense and defense, man. I want to get less canned animations and feel more free. The way we playing, like, you really got to guess which way you think I'm going to go, you know what I'm saying? And don't, and I don't want people I'm playing against to have the ability to basically box me into canned animations. I really can't stand them. But anyway, let me know what y'all think about this joint down in the comment section below. Like, comment, subscribe. To next time, it's been your boy Q, hollering at you. Peace.